Hey everyone, I'm City Commissioner Chris Praedel. It's hard to believe it's been 4 years since we started on this journey together. And, my roots run deeper than they ever have before. When I took my oath of office, we couldn't have ever imagined the unprecedented challenges that we would face as a community. And we've been through it together. And with all those challenges that we faced, we've also accomplished an incredibly ambitious agenda together. And I wanted to take a moment to share a few of those things. In the last few years, we've invested an unprecedented amount in our critical infrastructure and our capital improvements. We've invested hundreds of millions of dollars on things like our roads, our water, our sewer, our sidewalks, and the trees in our neighborhood, things that we all take for granted. Knowing that we can't possibly kick the can down the road and not invest in these critical things that we all take for granted. We were recognized by a bond rating agency and got a rating boost, and they attributed our leadership in saying that we took these critical steps now to invest in our infrastructure. In 2022, we invested a record amount, $2.1 million, in youth initiatives to keep our young people preoccupied and busy on positive outlets during the summer months and after out of school time. We continue to invest in sustainability and adopted our first ever sustainability plan in 2022. And now have hired the staff to help implement. For the first time ever, we've been recognized as a silver sustainable community in the state of Michigan. Months before the murder of George Floyd, we created and instituted our first ever diversity, equity, inclusion department and the staffing to make it happen. And invested significantly in ourselves and the 660 plus people who do this work in our community. We know the housing crisis is immense. And year after year, we have continued to invest millions of dollars in filling gaps to make projects possible and finding creative solutions to create more housing units for this community. We also recognize that there is a desperate need for communicating and getting the word out to you, the residents. So we recognize that we needed the staffing to make that possible. And now we actually have staff that can do that work. We've hired a communications manager and a public information officer. And lastly, in 2020, we recognized these giant barriers for a lot of voters who were worried about whether they'd be able to cast their ballot. I worked with voter advocacy groups and the clerk's office to make sure that we could find ways to reduce barriers, and we did things like add additional drop boxes around the community, added a stamp to every single return envelope, and we also made sure that there's a satellite location where people could also go and vote. I know these are just some of the things that we've worked on together as a community, and there are so much more. But I also know that we have a lot of challenges that we face as a community in the years to come. And we're working on so much, and we're in the midst of so much, that we need steady, experienced leadership to make that happen. And that's why I'm here today to announce that I'm running for Kalamazoo City Commission. And I'm asking for your support on November 7th. I'm going to need your support to win this election to make sure that we can continue to do this amazing, incredible work together. Thank you so much. Have a great day.